Start
Yeah.
off. Yeah, this is FNGR. We're talking with Agents of Discord.
Hello.
He seems to have a lot of things going on. So let's tell
Yeah.
him about those.
Okay. What I have created in the past 9 days, today is November 14th, 9, 10 days. I was offered a chance by a man named Firefrets. He's a brony who is a mixing engineer, and he's had this group for a long time that he's wanted to produce something, something of a collaborative group or whatever, to basically get people to work together in a way that's never before seen. And he trusted me. I said, if I can use my charismatic powers to get people on board with this, let's see what we can make out of this. So now we got Tarby Rocks on board, that's the first guy we got. And then we got, all of a sudden that led to Automatic Jack. Automatic Jack right now is just working with the collab thing. But eventually this snowballed into this list of names that I have now and this business opportunity that I have to create. We've already purchased a building, as I've said, and we're in the talks with Brony Dance Party, Penguin Productions, I think that's his name, Shades of Everfree, and some other guy in Germany. They're talking to me, and I have brought together in the past 9 days, let me go into the contacts list of the group for you guys. I have brought Micro Thunder, Adam the Walker, Andante Sky, Astronova, Ben Cracknell, who is a guy who's doing a video game called Horse Game. It's absolutely amazing. Probably by next month, we're going to have a demo out for you guys. We've got an entire soundtrack team that I've brought together for these people to produce the best soundtrack we can. I've got an entire production or animation team behind me in that group. Hope they're doing their own thing, but whatever they want to provide for us is great. I've got lyricists. I've got people who are just analyzing what we're doing and seeing what we can do to get better. I've got Dante, also known as Chartreuse Tech. She's one of our remixers. She's out of New Zealand. Devil Senpai, who's a young kid who makes amazing EDM music. Evan Coles, who was literally one of the brightest 19-year-olds I've ever seen. We've got Freewave on board with his Maracy project. Gato Paint, Guitar Brony, Hayden, Jeff Burgess, my buddy Kiwi, who runs Equestrian Flash Mob. We're a group of 20,000 people. I help make that what that is on Facebook. Cushy Callis, rapper extraordinaire. Duke Swaggerer, who is the mixing guy who came up with the Drive album.
So you're now in charge of more people than you probably would ever be able to keep track of without a list in front of you.
Oh yeah, like I said, we've got Prince Whatever.
I don't want to panic you with this one, but this is one of those kind of questions you'd ask in a podcast.
Sure.
What kind of liability are you looking at? Like how much trouble? Like how
absolutely zero liability or chance from cease and desist from Hasbro.
No, none of that shit. Like, are you in charge of I
am in charge of everything. I am the general manager. Nothing goes into this group without my approval. Firefrets is the main man who gave me this opportunity. This is his group. We were looking at this as a business venture.
Yeah, exactly. But there's businesses that have limited liability, things like that. Like,
yes, we are working on the legal obligations right now. The way we fund the building, the rent over there right now, is I have people producing singles for us. They're producing singles right now, which we will start at Bandcamp. We are going to have an open bank account, which we will have visual logs. We're going to take pictures, screen caps of the logs of what goes in there, who purchases what. We're then going to have open receipts on what these things go into spending. Google documents of everything that goes in. We are not going to fuck people over, and I'm going to say those words.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. But my question is when I say, suppose something goes south.
Somebody gets an ego and they feel like they're being...
No. Like, let's suppose this adventure just craps out. I have to be the devil's advocate.
Oh, yes, I realize
that.
The voice of doom.
Yeah. Are you the one who's in deep shit, basically? If this...
It'll just be a smash against my name because all of these people have no commitments other than the songs they own, and the building I already had purchased.
Yeah.
So that's on me.
Okay.
Like I said, I have Shades of Everfree and Brony Dance Party possibly talking about something. They're coming to New York right now, and they're going to be coming in June, and they're going to be looking at the building I have to offer them. There's a ton of stuff around here, and this area is very open to new things. We're a test bed area in Western New York, but the entire thing is that these people produce singles for us, and then they put a single out. We were going to license that from them with a super open contract. I have a guy named Astronova who's been dicked around by so many record labels. I literally had to work my absolute magic to get him in here. And even then, he's not even committed. He agreed. I said, we all know contracts are a dirty necessity of any business. All that paperwork needs to have something there and legal obligations. And he says, absolutely true, but nobody likes contracts. I said, what if I could write a contract that you would sign? He says, I'll help you write it, and you can consider it a token of my potential friendship. This is what this guy's offering me. This guy, I appreciate the hell out of him. Prince whatever, I cannot speak enough about him. He has literally pushed this project and got me the contacts of like Shady Box and people like that.
I appreciate that you're really committing to this. I was just I have to ask, like, when you hear people sit there and say, "Oh, I'm partner, I'm higher up the food chain," your rewards go up more, but so do, like, you know, the penalties.
Basically, this is what we offer. People can leave and enter as they like.
So it's like a freedom thing.
We are not a group of elitists. The only contracts we will have, the only commitments we have right now, if you join the chat room we have, you get full access to our mixing advice. If you produce a single and you allow those funds to go into our group bank account, which will then go into that building to fund for upgrades and stuff like that, and I will show pictures of the building of what we have.
Is this your dwelling or your
Yes, my apartment. I am currently living there. I am paying the rent on it right now myself. And I'm using this business, and everybody's aware of this, to help me so I can save money to put actual equipment in that building. I have a contact, or I work for a music store right now, which I will then be putting money into, or buying equipment at cost from them. I have a legal guy just up the road who I'm going to be writing up something maybe tomorrow with, to actually get something where I can sit there and say, I need something that these guys will understand and openly accept and will not fuck them over. We're not trying to screw them out of anything. We're not trying to take their music or anything. When people produce a single for us, what's going to be in the contract is the music you produce for us for the singles. We have a licensing ability, a limited licensing ability to produce or use those funds for the group project. You put a little bit in, you get a lot out. What we're going to do for those people is each artist that puts in a single, we're going to then later on fully back them on their own individual album based off the popularity of all these names. I mean, yes, this is a business and I need to look at it that way. But you scratch my back, and I'll do everything I can in my power to get you where you need to go. We're sick of the elitism. We're sick of people holding people back. And what we're going to do is create a fully fledged business off of trust and, you know, the commitment. You ask any one of my members of my team, and they'll back me up completely on what I just said. That is what's going on.
All right, that's good to know. As for the podcast, when would you be able to work on that at all?
If you want to incorporate your stuff into what we're doing, I'm working with a certain radio station, possibly about getting an entire new system set up to syndicate our music and anybody else who wants to be featured on our streaming service.
So we're
talking an entire Spotify channel dedicated to Brony Music.
So this is going to be bigger than Philadelphia?
This is going to be bigger probably than PVL.
PVL, what's on that one? I forget.
Ponyville Live.
Ponyville Live, nice.
We're probably going to have a dedicated website for the best and brightest in the Brony fandom. No more, sucking people's asses to get somewhere in life. What we're doing is we're going to give you the chance. We're going to give honest critiques about what you do. We'll sit there and say, you deserve a spotlight feature. Okay. We're going to do spotlight features for people who need to know, commissions, people who are actually offering commissions. We're going to have like an auction area, see, these people have commissions. This is an example of their work, things like that. People need art projects, open collaboration bulletins. People can sit there and they can say, hey, I'm looking for this. We'll do collaboration bulletins in certain sections, a way everybody can come together and, get it behind this project. And our full resources are behind these people, I cannot speak for the animators, though. They are their own separate group that will be doing a dual project with us in this building. Hopefully, I can get them on board when they get here, see the full potential. And I'm just looking for people to get behind this project and see what they have to offer. I'm not looking for elitists. I'm not looking for people. You have to go through me, and you have to understand my vision. And but then I'm not out to take control of this. As I said, if you do music for us, you will own full rights to it. You just give us a licensing ability to put the funds from the single into an album. We will help you with the legal rights of copywriting your material, pony and non-pony. We are a dual album. We are called Main Studios. Hit me up, Agents of Discord on Skype. Go right ahead. I don't care. Add me. I'm not out to...
Well, that'll eventually change. You'll know when you'll get to that point where, I can't do this anymore at that level.
Oh, yeah, I'll have a separate account, but I'll definitely have this account for adding people.
That'll be hours
and
hours of scheduling.
Yeah, oh, yes.
Again, as far as the podcast things goes, when would be the earliest you'd be able to
podcast we could do? I will talk to my contacts about getting the thing set up. We'll get a whole bunch of listed, because right now I have a lot of big names that you can interview on your own. You can do whatever you want with them. I'll get them on board, Prince, whatever. Or if you want him to be your first contact, go right ahead. I'll get you on contact with him, and hopefully we can eventually get Shady Box on board to do this with you. So whatever you want to do. If you've got contacts you want to get, I can probably pull some strings, scratch some people's backs and get them say, hey, I need this, hook up this buddy over here. What can I do for you to get that? And it's like, okay, I'll get you some contacts,
What day would be good?
Any day of the week. I pretty much work this job. I've been sleeping for the past 9 days, 3 hours a week.
Ouch.
Or 3 hours a day. Sorry. 3 hours a day.
Well, let's say Wednesday sounds good. Wednesday, I don't know, sometime between...
Hit me up,
Okay, yeah, sure.
We'll have contact lists to our musicians and our email. If you want to get in, I'll make sure to get Anthony or Finger here to FNGR, I call it.
Yeah, no, it's fine. What do you want to will you have like some kind of weird board that'll have to figure out like Philadelphia?
No. Like they're just like literally. We'll get them in. Like right now, we have been active for 9 days, and we already have all these musicians on behind us. And what we're doing right now is setting up the singles. We're getting up the ability. We have to go through a little bit of licensing jargon to get through to actually do this as a legal business, because we have to protect our own asses, and at the same time, we are obligated to do what I have offered these musicians, and I'm not going to take that away from them. The deal will never change with these people.
Okay.
The eventual hope is, because I do have contacts to Frederator Network. I have the creative director there as an email contact, where these are the people who produce Adventure Time. I also have a contact with Faith, where if I need anything from him for my animators, I know I can scratch his back and get somebody signed to his network.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. And we're basically a group of people that is all about connections, sharing equally and doing this group endeavor to get something out of it in return. You put a little bit in, you get a lot out. That's the entire thing.
Well, that's good for now. I'll try and contact you. I think like either Monday or Tuesday.
Absolutely.
Try and set that whole thing up. I'll probably try and I guess the first one would be just a test run. So you're not going to be available to be a host.
No. Well, I might be. It all depends.
I don't know. You have a good charisma and you draw people.
Oh, I know. If people, if I have to be a driving force to bring people in, absolutely, I'll be there.
I would like to use you for at least like the first or second.
Now, who do you want on? Or do you just want to do a random bullshit talk about what's going on the fandom?
Yeah, I want to see if we could put together charisma with like, I don't know, less people.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, when we did Biter, it was just me, Sheldon, and Faith, and we actually had a pretty damn good show. And I'm just like, I want to see if I switch that around a little bit and see if, before we talk to any of your
my resources are your resources. I'll get in touch with Nexus and get you. You have to be able to host. That's the big thing. That, or I can work and see if I can host. So that's all.
Yeah. Again, that's you would help me be able to set that up on their
absolutely. Do you have 2 computers?
Yes. Why?
Just because you're going to have to use one computer like Sheldon does as a routing thing. Okay.
Yeah, I have a laptop and a desktop, same room.
Okay, awesome. That's what you're going to have to do.
Do they both have to be mic'd up, or...?
No, just the one, because the one, I'll teach you how to route that through, That's easy. You just use a digital cable from Skype into the broadcasting software. Okay? That's all you use. So,
all right.
Okay, is there anything else?
No, that's golden, man. I'll let you go, and I thank you for your time. Take care.
Okay, absolutely.